Hey Celtics fans, the NBA season is just over a month away and training camp is even closer. September 28th, training camps across the league get underway. So if you want the latest Celtics news, rumors, breaking news updates, and a whole lot more, make sure you subscribe, hit that big red button, and share that link below with a friend. It's youtube.com/CelticsTV. On today's show, we get you guys caught up on the latest news and rumors. I am Harrison Graham here on Boston Celtics Today by Chat Sports. Couple of rumors and news items to get into here on a Friday afternoon, so we'll go ahead and jump on into it. Mr. John Wall, trade rumors are circulating around the Houston Rockets point guard because, according to Charania of The Athletic and of Stadium, the Rockets have agreed to help facilitate Wall's future to another team. Now, there is a big problem with that. What's the problem? Well, he's got $91.7 million left on his contract over the next couple of seasons. And let's just be very, very clear here. The Celtics cannot afford to trade for his contract unless they want to trade Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. That ain't happening. So a straight-up trade, not going to happen. But doesn't mean John Wall couldn't end up in Boston eventually. We'll explain here in a minute. Here's what Shams had to say in his reporting recently. Quote, sources say there are no buyout plans on the 2 years and $91.7 million remaining on Wall's contract, including a $47.4 million player option for the 2022-2023 season. Like I said, the Celtics cannot trade for that contract. That is just not an option. Quite frankly, there's only a couple of teams out there that can. Oklahoma City could make it work because, hey, throw us an extra first-round pick. Sam Presti's like, sure, we'll take on John Wall's contract. But most teams' salary cap is wrapped up because we're way past the beginning of free agency at this point. So you can't trade for that contract if you're Boston. But maybe he gets bought out eventually. We'll explore that here in just a little bit. But I want to ask you guys this. Where do you guys think John Wall will end up playing this season? If you think it'll be with the Rockets, let us know. If you think it's going to be the Celtics, cool. Type that down below. If you think it's another team that comes to mind, get your votes in down in the comment section. Where will John Wall end up playing this upcoming season in the NBA? If you think it's the Celtics, go ahead and let us know. Obviously, John Wall is still a good player. Now, he's not a superstar. He's, maybe he could be an all-star again, but the efficiency, not great shooting the ball, but almost 21 points last year per game, 7 assists, just over 40% from the field. That's not good enough, but I still think he can be a good player on a good team. I think what we need to keep an eye on across the NBA with John Wall is a potential buyout. I know as of now, Shams is reporting there's no buyout plans, but $91 million over 2 years for any player is tough to trade, much less a non-superstar player. And John Wall is a nice player, but he's not a superstar. He's just a good player coming off that Achilles from a couple of years ago, so keep that in mind. Now, you think about Boston, okay, could we get John Wall if you're a Boston Celtics fan? Well, this is what they have at point guard, which it's not a ton, right? You have Marcus Smart, who you just gave the bag to, 4 years, $77 million. Dennis Schroder, who's on that one-year deal of $5.9 million, the mid-level exception. And then, of course, Peyton Pritchard, who showed promising signs last year, kind of a point guard, shooting guard hybrid, combo guard type. But after that, you don't really have any true point guards on the roster, and none of these guys are flat out, straight up, pass first point guards like a guy like John Wall has been throughout a lot of his career. So theoretically, I'd like to see him on this Celtics lineup. You could start him at the point, you could put Marcus Smart at the 2, or you could bring Smart off the bench. Along with Schroder, you could have different options, but you can't trade for that $45 million per year. That is just not going to happen. So again, keep an eye on a potential buyout. The Rockets are going to try and find a trade for John Wall, but if they're unable to do so between now and the trade deadline, they might end up just agreeing to a buyout anyway. So would you sign John Wall if he ended up getting bought out? Type S for sign, type P for pass. Get your votes in. I think if I was Boston, I would sign him because they need a true floor general, and I think Wall can still play that role. S for sign, P for pass. Would you sign John Wall if he were to get bought out? Now, if you like making money by betting on sports, well, there's only one place to do it. BetUS is the best sports book in the game. So follow these steps. Go to the link below, open up a separate tab, type this in, chatsports.com/bet. Use our promo code CHAT125. That's going to get you a 125% deposit bonus. You put down $100, they're going to give you that 125 for free to bet on extra games with. It's fantastic. I know a lot of you guys are Patriots fans. Tough week 1 loss, but I like them -6 against the Jets today. I think they can cover that 6-point spread. Mac Jones looked pretty good in his debut. You got rookie quarterback Zach Wilson playing for the Jets as well. Like the Patriots -6. Put your money where your mouth is. Chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code CHAT125 to get that 125% deposit bonus. All right, let's talk a little bit about Dennis Schroder. A couple of, interesting stories around him recently. He has announced his jersey number 71. He normally has worn number 17 in his career, but that number is retired, I believe, for John Havlicek. Is that correct, Producer Jeffrey? I'm getting the nod, yes, that it is. So that number's retired, so he couldn't wear that. So he said, okay, I'll put a poll on Instagram, and we can see what the fans want me to wear. So he's wearing 71, the backwards number of 17. That ain't it. Number 71 ain't it. You ain't Luka Doncic rocking 77 like a swag piece, dropping 30 night in and night out for the Dallas Mavericks. 71, I just don't know about that, Dennis. A bounce-back season after a rough end in L.A., maybe, but wearing number 71 ain't going to help you bounce back. That's all I got to say. Here's what he posted on the IG story announcing 71 there. So just looks weird. It's like Jay Crowder always wearing weird numbers like 99, 96, all that good stuff. But you know what? It is what it is. He's going to rock number 71 for the upcoming season, which will be certainly very interesting to say the least. 17 is a much better number, but obviously he couldn't wear number 17 because that number was taken. What do you guys think? You think Schroeder's going to have a good year this year? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get your votes in down in the comments. Hopefully, right? Either way, you got him at a cheap cost, $5.9 million. Even if he's just 14, 15 points off the bench, that would be very, very solid. Also, this was funny. He posted this photo and a little caption on his Instagram saying, all right, it's my birthday. We're only doing this once. Drop your favorite fumbled the bag jokes on this post, because if you don't know the backstory, we've talked about it here on Celtics Today before. He turned down $84 million around the trade deadline last year, an extension with the Lakers, to only sign for $5.9 million 3 months later with the Celtics. This was hilarious. Shout out to Dennis Schroder for self-bodying himself, saying, hey, yeah, I lost $78 million. Make fun of me. Hey, and then he said, let's move on from it after this. So, Dennis, kudos to you. It seems like he's motivated to have a good year so he can hopefully make up some of that money that he did not get, because he said, no, I don't want $84 million to stay in beautiful Los Angeles. I'll just hold out hope for $100 million, ultimately to just sign for $5.9. Schroeder's a solid player. I think he'll play well for the Boston Celtics, and hopefully for his sake, cash in next free agency. But, man, that's still one of the most brutal decisions in recent memory. That one and the Nerlens Noel $70 million one a couple of years ago with Dallas, those really stand out as bad player-agent decisions at the end of the day. But Dennis Schroder is going to wear number 71 this upcoming season. Bad number, but funny self-joke when it comes to fumbling the bag, which is what he did, if we're all being completely honest, because he had the bag secured and he just dropped it. See my phone? Dropped it. That's exactly what Dennis Schroder did when it came to $84 million. Who should start at the point? It sounds like Marcus Smart is going to get the nod as the point guard, but who would you like to see get the starting role? Type DS for Dennis Schroder, type MS for Marcus Smart. I'm cool either way. I think Schroder is better as a sixth man, so I'm fine with him coming off the bench. But curious what you guys have to say on this one. All right, before we sign off, that's it for Boston Celtics Today. Appreciate you guys for watching this video. Subscribe. Like we said, training camp just around the corner, and then preseason games in the regular season get going in the month of October. Don't miss any of this coverage around your Boston Celtics. We'll keep you guys informed, so hit that big red button, and we'll see you very soon.